Hey guys, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and today I'm going to take you through my local Aldi and show you some of the healthiest things that you can buy. If you followed me for any length of time, you know that Aldi is one of my top favorite grocery stores. Anytime I do a grocery haul, you will usually see Aldi. In fact, just the other week, I also did a healthy meal prep session using all foods from Aldi. I will link that below for you guys to check out. But today, I thought I would take you through my Aldi grocery store, up and down the aisles, and I will show you my top favorite foods, going like section by section, just like a general overview of what the items that I typically buy, what I think are healthy, and hopefully that will give you a good idea of things that you can put on your own grocery list. So let me just kind of take you through the beginning of Aldi. My layout probably looks a lot different from yours, but they probably carry the same type of items. So the first thing we're going to look at is produce. That's the first thing that I see when I walk into the store. And by produce, I'm just talking about the fresh produce. So all of your fruits like the pineapple, the apples, the bananas. I've got grapes and strawberries and blueberries on the other side of me as well. And further down, I'll see like the spinach and the romaine lettuce. And then just other random produce like mushrooms and carrots. This is the first thing that I see when I walk into the store, and this is where I fill up most of my cart. Fresh produce is key for me to living a healthy lifestyle. I try to aim for at least 5 or 6 servings of vegetables every day, at least 3 or 4 servings of fruit. That's just my personal style. It's what keeps me full, and I feel like it's the best for my lifestyle. I also try to buy as much as I can from the produce that is on the front page of the sales ad, because that is where they have the cheapest stuff. So in the summertime, strawberries, which are usually like $2 or $3 when they're out of season, are between $1 and $1.50 during the summertime. So I try to focus on the strawberries, the blueberries and the apples. So whatever is on sale, whatever is on the front page of the ad, that is what I go for first. And that really helps me to save money and be able to eat a lot more healthier food. Next up, we are looking at the bread section. And yes, bread can be part of a healthy lifestyle. One of the things to look out for is 100% whole wheat. Some of the breads might try to confuse you because on the front it'll say wheat bread, but if it's not 100% whole wheat, you're not getting that good fiber and the extra protein that comes from the whole wheat. And you have quite a few options. I really like the sandwich skinnies. I have bought those on occasion as well to use as sandwiches, either for lunches, even put scrambled eggs in between them for a breakfast sandwich. They also have the flatbreads, which also come in 100% whole wheat. I like to use those for wraps, and I've even used them for pizzas on occasion. And then we have the loaves of bread. So like I said, the 100% whole wheat. There are 2 different styles. One is more of a smaller sandwich type bread, and then there's one that's a lot bigger. That one's my favorite. Allison doesn't like that one too much because it's a lot denser, not quite as soft as her favorite bread. But those are my 2 go-tos at Aldi when it comes to sandwich bread. So next we're kind of looking at the snacks. So there's a lot of peanuts, different kinds. The ones that I try to look for are the ones that are just roasted peanuts, the ones that are unsalted. Some of the salted kind have like the extra, they have sugar as well as like different ingredients in them to make them taste better, I suppose. But the unsalted ones are the ones that you should go for. And besides that, there are also trail mixes. And once again, be careful with those because a lot of them will have like the chocolate chips, the M&Ms, raisins, and other like maybe cranberry raisins that will have added sugar in them. Not bad on occasion, but if you're looking for something that's low in added sugar, you can maybe try making your own with just peanuts and raisins. I do that all the time. I also found this bag of freeze-dried strawberries, and if you look on the back of them, the only ingredient is strawberries. It's a 1-size serving bag. It is a little expensive for like a single serving snack, but it looks really good and definitely healthy. Also in the snack section, you'll find like your salsa and tortilla chips. I like Aldi salsa. It doesn't have any kind of added sugar. I know it's weird, but some salsa does have some added sugar in it. It's got really good ingredients. They have the mild and the medium. We also buy our tortilla chips here because they are the cheapest I've ever seen. Aldi also has a good selection of crackers. I like to buy the thin wheat ones. Those are some of my favorites, but I also like these woven wheat ones. They have pretty good ingredients and they seem to be a favorite of Allison's as well. Next is the dairy section. So in addition to your standard regular milk and eggs, I buy Almonds Milk from here. It is super cheap. The kind that I buy is the unsweetened because the regular kind has, I think, 80 calories per cup. It also has added sugar. So the unsweetened obviously has no added sugar. It is only 30 calories per cup. So I use those all the time in my smoothies and sometimes even in pancakes and waffles. As far as coffee creamer goes, I like to buy the ones up toward the top of my refrigerated section. I forget the exact name of it. I think it's like Simply Pure or Simply something, but it's made with real cream and real sugar, very few ingredients. So if you're the kind of person who needs to have some sort of creamer in your coffee, that's the kind I would recommend. It still has a little bit of added sugar, but it's a lot better for you than the other ones that have like high fructose corn syrup. I also buy my cottage cheese from Aldi. I don't know what it is about Aldi's cottage cheese, but I think it is the best tasting out of all the cottage cheese I've ever had, especially the 4%. I believe that one it's just a lot creamier. It has a better texture, better flavor, and it doesn't have that weird sweet texture that some of the other brands have. I know that's weird. Is cottage cheese supposed to be sweet? I don't know. And then Greek yogurt is always a good option as well. I tend to buy the big tubs of the plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I've also had their skyr, which is like an Icelandic type of yogurt. It is a lot creamier, a little bit thicker, but it is really good. I like their flavors. Next up is the canned goods. So any of your canned vegetables, canned fruits, canned beans, canned tomatoes. I go through that aisle on a regular basis when I go shopping at Aldi. I don't buy a lot of the canned vegetables, but I do buy the cans of beans quite a lot. Kidney beans seem to be the most popular one for me. I do tend to buy the bags of dried black beans and I cook those myself, but as far as kidney beans go, those I just buy in a can. And then when you're looking for canned fruit, try to look for the ones that are in 100% fruit juice. Anything that's in like a heavy or light syrup, you've got added sugars in it, so look for the ones that have 100% juice. Also, Aldi's applesauce, their big ones, are unsweetened. So if you look at the back, you'll just see there's apples and then like vitamin C in it as well. That's the kind you want. Applesauce is sweet enough all on its own. It does not need any extra added sugar to it. And then going over to the breakfast section, we have rolled oats. I have a huge canister of these in my kitchen at all times because I like to make just regular oatmeal for myself or overnight oats, even like breakfast bars or breakfast casseroles. It's always good to have on hand just in case. Aldi also sells 100% pure maple syrup. So much better for you than just like the regular syrup. A little bit goes a long way. Like I only use maybe a tablespoon on my pancakes, and oh my goodness, it is so sweet. I absolutely love it. It is not the cheapest I've seen at Aldi. I actually buy mine at Sam's Club, but Aldi is not a bad price. And then as far as cereals go, I know a lot of cereal is high in sugar. So you can go for like the standard crispy oats, which is their version of Cheerios. You can also buy the honey nut version if you want to. I typically buy those for Allison. I do also buy her the sugary cereals at times as well, so you know, a little bit in moderation. But I think that the crispy oats, whether the regular or the honey oat ones, are the best option. And now let's go over to the meat section. I buy meat from Aldi all the time. Definitely their chicken. I buy their chicken breast. I do buy the chicken thighs, whether it's the bone-in or boneless, just whatever happens to be on sale at the time. And make sure you look out for those markdown stickers. Sometimes when I come in first thing in the morning, they'll have those stickers that'll say like $1 off or $2 off. I've seen people post in the Aldi Facebook group that they found ones that are like $5 off. Just crazy. So try to go in there early in the morning and see if you can find some really good markdown deals. And it's not just on the chicken that I see them. I see them on the ground beef, the ground turkey. Other things that I've seen are like organic options. They have organic chicken, organic ground beef, and ground turkey. I have yet to try those, but if you like those, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm looking into buying more organic brands. They also have salmon. I've never bought the fresh salmon from here. I've seen the frozen ones and bought that, and I'll show you here in a second, but I've never bought the fresh ones. Also tell me, have you bought the huge fresh salmon, and if so, how is it? And the last part of the meat will be the canned tuna. That's off in the next section that I'm going into. Their canned tuna is pretty cheap. I try to have at least 4 or 5 cans in the pantry just for like emergency meals. And now let's go into the baking aisle. Yes, you can get good healthy items in the baking aisle. One of them is stevia. You can buy it in the huge bag like for baking, or you can buy the box of the smaller packets. Stevia is more of a natural sugar and it's a little bit healthier for you than like the Splenda or any of the other artificial sweeteners. My Aldi also sells almond flour. This is perfect if any of you are gluten-free or are looking to just find something different rather than regular flour. The almond flour here is pretty cheap compared to other places. I also see chia seeds and flax seeds. I do try to keep a bag of chia seeds in my pantry. Never bought flax seed before, but they are definitely good for you as well. I also tend to buy my dark chocolate chips here. It's one of those little treats that I buy every so often. I'll put them in my yogurt or my energy bites. I just prefer the dark chocolate over the milk chocolate. Also, they have a huge variety of different chopped nuts, whether it's almonds, pecans, walnuts. They're already chopped in the bags for you, and they're perfect for adding to like yogurts or oatmeal or even all of your baked goods. So you'll find all of them in that aisle. And then coming around to the other side of the aisle, I have a lot of the international foods. So things for pizza, pasta, any like Mexican dishes. I typically buy my turkey pepperoni here. Nothing wrong with regular pepperoni, but I like the turkey pepperoni better just because it's a little bit lower in fat and calories. Also, they have many different kinds of pasta. They don't have very many whole wheat kinds. I've only seen whole wheat spaghetti, so I tend to get my pasta elsewhere. But in addition to the whole wheat spaghetti, they also have like black soybean pasta, like gluten-free options for any of you who are gluten-free. And they have a really good selection of pasta sauces. Now you really have to be careful if you are watching your added sugar intake. A lot of pasta sauce does have added sugar, so you really have to read the labels and make sure that it doesn't have any. Like some of the organic brands I've seen here at Aldi even have some sugar in it, so just gotta be careful. Also in this aisle are whole wheat tortillas. I buy these at least once every couple weeks and use them for burritos, for wraps, for quesadillas. It's a really good whole wheat option. And then on the other side, we have all the seasonings. I do sometimes buy my seasonings here. I found that they got a little bit smaller but stayed the same price. So I do try to get them from like Dollar Tree or Walmart because you can get a bigger one for the same price. But this will do in a pinch. They also have my favorite everything bagel seasoning, so I try to get that whenever I run out. And they have many different kinds of olive oil and coconut oil, as well as pure vanilla extract. This is like the only place where I can find it that is super cheap. So next, let's go into the deli section. Over in the pizza area, they have cauliflower crust pizza. It is an amazing option for you gluten-free people. And I think I saw a macaroni and cheese cauliflower pizza that looks amazing. I'm not gluten-free and I want to try it. If you guys have tried it, let me know how it is. They also have a lot of lunch meat, the Never Any brand, which is free of any nitrates, any preservatives. It's a really good brand. It's delicious and it's actually really cheap. They also sell chicken sausages, so if I'm in need of chicken sausages and my grocery outlet is out, I'll come here to get them. They have like chicken apple sausages, I think like spinach and feta, and a couple other different flavors, and they are super good. I also usually get all of my cheese here, so any blocks of cheese, any sliced cheese. I don't usually buy shredded anymore. I would just buy a block and shred it myself. I also buy goat cheese here because holy cow, it is so cheap. It's $1.99 at my store, and there's 3 different flavors. There's like the plain flavor, there's honey, there's like a chive flavor too. They are all super good, and for the price, you cannot beat it. And now let's get into the frozen section. Aldi has a huge selection of healthy frozen items. First of all, they have a bunch of meat, like frozen chicken breast. They have turkey burgers. They have ground turkey. I buy those fairly often as well. This is also where you will find the frozen fish, so salmon and tilapia. I think I bought the salmon once. I bought the tilapia a few times and they're pretty good. They also have all sorts of frozen vegetables. So frozen broccoli, frozen Brussels sprouts, corn, green beans, stir-fry veggies. They even have riced cauliflower. So a really good selection for a super cheap price. They also have lots of frozen berries, which are really good for smoothies, for yogurts, for topping your oatmeal, and for those who have a sweet tooth, they do make their own version of Halo Top ice cream. The kind that an entire pint is like 200 calories, 300 calories, something like that. So it, not for everyday use, mind you, but you know, every once in a while is okay. So I've had those before and they are really good. And then some of the last places we're gonna look at in my Aldi are some of the end caps. They have a section with a whole bunch of like rice, whether it's instant rice or bags of rice down at the bottom. They also have quinoa. I have found that my Aldi doesn't really have just general bags of brown rice, so I have to go elsewhere to get those. But quinoa here is definitely the cheapest I've seen anywhere. Then they have a snack bar section on the end cap, which is their Elevation brand, and those are very similar to what you would find with Bar or Cliff Bar or the Kind bars. I really like the peanut butter cookie ones because those are really close to bars and they are very slightly cheaper in price. They also have protein powder here as well. I did buy the protein powder a while ago, like a few years ago. I didn't really like the flavor. I don't know if they've changed anything since then or not, but I buy other brands besides that. And the very last section we will look at is the peanut butter and the jelly. So I really like their jelly, or actually it's probably preserves, because it has mostly fruit in it. It's got a little bit of lower added sugar, and Allison absolutely loves it. It comes in strawberry and raspberry, and I think even blackberry. For $1.99 at my store, it's not bad. And then we have the peanut butter. So you really have to watch your peanut butter. I am a huge proponent of buying peanut butter that has 0 added sugars. So if you look at a jar of peanut butter, it says no stir, natural, take a look at the back of it. The ingredients will probably have some sort of palm oil and added sugar to it. So what you want to look for in peanut butter is peanuts and salt, or just peanuts, that's it. Aldi does have an organic brand of the peanut butter that is basically just peanuts, but it's actually pretty expensive. I don't typically buy my peanut butter from here, I get it elsewhere, but if you are doing all of your shopping just at Aldi, the organic brand is a good option. Okay, so I took you through my entire Aldi store. These are some of the top items that I buy either every week or pretty often, and that allows me to stick to my grocery budget and eat healthy foods. I want to know your favorites as well. I did not cover every single healthy item, just the ones that I buy pretty often. So can you guys leave me a comment and let me know what I missed, what your favorite healthy foods are at Aldi, because I want to know and I know other people want to know as well, so please give us ideas. Also, if you want to see any other stores that have healthy options, leave me a comment, tell me what you guys want to see, and then I will do another video run through of the store to show you guys. Just be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can be notified whenever I post more grocery hauls, recipes, and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later.